And it's like, whoa. He said recommend. He didn't say don't fight. He said, I recommend.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel turned around instantaneously, said to me, Coach, I want to fight. I said, whoa, hold on. I called his father straight away. His father was upstairs in the father's room. So the father made his way down, sat down, and said, the doctor was still present when Daniel's father came down. The doctor reiterated what he said, I don't recommend he fights based on what he has seen.
Don Charles just dropped a bombshell on Daniel Dubois' situation, and the controversy is only heating up. The moment Dubois insisted on fighting, Charles shut it down, calling his father to step in. Meanwhile, the doctor stood firm, making it clear he didn't recommend Dubois stepping into the ring. But since when do doctors decide who fights? Dubois wasn't searching for excuses. He wanted war. But once his father arrived, and the doctor repeated his concerns, his fate was sealed. Was this a wise decision to protect his future, or was he stripped of a defining moment? In the ruthless heavyweight division, opportunities don't come twice. Did his team do the right thing, or did they deny him his warrior's right? Either way, this decision will haunt him forever. Jim White and Don Charles just ignited the debate. Meanwhile,
Joseph is sending out a message. Come on, Alexander. Let's get it on as only he can do. This is his ding-dong. This is what he does.
Yeah.
It's thoroughly tongue-in-cheek, but Parker's trying to grab the moment.
Correct. And why not, says Barry Norman, late Barry Norman, why not indeed? Right? So, yeah, why not? He's trying to get a fight.
Joseph Parker is making a statement. The heavyweight division better pay attention. Joseph Parker isn't sitting back. He's putting Alexander Usyk on notice, demanding the fight like a man on a mission. But Don Charles sees through it. This is strategy, a calculated move to seize the moment. Is Parker truly forcing his way into the title picture, or is this just talk? The boxing world watches, knowing that calling out Usyk is one thing, getting the fight is another. But why shouldn't Parker take his shot? He's earned it. With every call-out, he's making it harder for Usyk to ignore him. The question is, will Usyk answer the call, or is Parker just shouting into the void? One thing's for sure, the pressure is building. Spencer Oliver just fired back at the doubters. Joseph Parker deserves his shot at Usyk. What do you think? Will Usyk take Parker seriously? Or will...
We must remember as well, Joseph Parker was actually a voluntary there for Daniel Dubois. So when that fight fell through, people have got to understand, why does he deserve the chance against Alexander Usyk when the champion who fell ill would obviously Usyk, that's the fight that wants to be made because we want to get the belts back together again. So Parker, as unfortunate it is, and you know he still got the victory and he got the payday. But he was a voluntary, and that's where we're at with it.
No, what I'm saying, right, people are missing a lot of points here. It's almost everyone's feeling sorry for Parker, yeah? And I've been in the same situation. I don't believe anyone felt sorry for myself or my fighter. This is going back in 2010.
Boxing politics hold him back. Comment your thoughts below. The debate is heating up. Don Charles is pushing the narrative that Daniel Dubois should be first in line, but Spencer Oliver isn't having it. He reminds everyone that Joseph Parker stepped in as a voluntary replacement when Dubois pulled out, took the risk, got the win, and now people want to push him aside. That's not how it works. Oliver shuts down the idea that Parker is just lucky to be here. He didn't stumble into this position. He fought, he won, and he earned the right to challenge Usyk. Meanwhile, Don Charles argues that Dubois was the original opponent and deserves his shot first. But let's be real. Boxing isn't about sympathy. It's about results. Parker did what he had to do, and Oliver...
The Dubois fight, you wouldn't hear people talking about it, you wouldn't hear whispers, the Saudis talking about it, etc. It'd be a fairly slam dunk, I'm going to fight Joseph Parker next. Oh, the Parker-Usyk fight would be made like that. It'd be a fairly slam dunk if that was the case, so I'm not buying that for a second. But it does make you wonder, you know, what is going on with Daniel Dubois? Is there something else, you know? I don't know what it could be, because if it's not sickness, I mean, what else is it? A lack of confidence?
Oliver is making sure nobody forgets it. The heavyweight division is on fire, and Parker isn't backing down. With each challenge, the pressure mounts. Spencer Oliver just fired back at the doubters. Joseph Parker deserves his shot at Usyk, and there's no debate. Something's off with Daniel Dubois, and it's raising serious questions. He didn't see Joseph Parker as a bigger test than the others, and everyone knows he had his eyes set on the undisputed title. Heading into the Parker fight, he showed no hesitation, confident and all in. So why the sudden silence? The fight was set, the challenge was there, yet we've heard nothing from Dubois' camp since February 22nd. It's been over a month. Where's that confidence now? Has something changed behind the scenes? It almost feels like the pressure of facing...
Surely he wouldn't look at Joseph Parker as, a bigger test than all them. And I know he wants the Usyk fight, he wants undisputed. But I certainly felt as though he was confident going into the Joseph Parker fight. I really did. I didn't see any signs that he wasn't, to be honest with you. So it is a strange one that since, I know it's been about a month now, since February 22nd, we've not heard really.
Parker has made Dubois and his team rethink everything. Is it fear of the challenge, or is there something deeper at play? Meanwhile, Parker keeps pushing forward, showing his readiness to take on the best, while Dubois remains nowhere to be found. At the same time, Carl Froch isn't mincing words about a potential Usyk versus Parker clash. He's intrigued, especially after Parker's impressive recent win, but he's not ready to crown him just yet. On the other hand, Parker is on a rampage, bulldozing through the division. If Dubois is stepping back, Parker is stepping up. Joseph Parker has been bulldozing his opponents with a savage display of power, especially that brutal knockout of Martin Bacol. The way he dropped Bacol with a devastating blow to the top of his head left him wobbling and unable to recover.
The Usyk-Parker fight, I think, is a good fight. Parker's on a bit of a roll. He's just beaten Martin Bacol. That was a great knockout. I know Bacol was flying in late from the Congo and he was tired, but that shot on the top of his head sent his equilibrium, and he got stretchered and he got ironed out. It was all over the place. The fight had to be stopped. So although it was a good win for Parker, he's not going to get great credit for it. But do I want to see Parker in the ring with Usyk rather than Dubois?
It was a statement win, but Carl Froch remains cautious. He knows it was impressive, but not enough to make the boxing world stand in awe of Parker's abilities just yet. More importantly, Froch raises a crucial question. When it comes to facing Usyk, who truly deserves the shot, Parker or Dubois? That's the debate everyone should be having. Is Parker ready for the undisputed king, or should Dubois still be the focus? The tension is rising. Meanwhile, Froch didn't hold back when discussing the political chaos in the heavyweight division and the WBO's next move. He even posed a provocative question. Could the WBO strip Usyk of his title and have Parker step in to challenge for it? On the other hand, Froch painted a compelling picture. If Parker gets his shot, the real drama unfolds. The winner of Usyk versus.
It's interesting. If the WBO are going to take the title off Usyk, and the Dubois fight, as I've already said, is not a unification fight, maybe give Parker his shot, and then Dubois can then step in and fight the winner of that. But I think the massive favourite, like I've already said, is Usyk.
Meanwhile, Parker could face an even tougher opponent next. But even with all the uncertainty, Froch made one thing crystal clear. If Usyk and Parker meet, there's no question who the favourite is. Usyk's flawless technique and ring IQ make him the heavy favourite to dominate Parker. The heavyweight division is in flux, but the burning question remains. Will Parker's momentum be enough to defy the odds, or will Usyk reinforce his dominance as the undisputed champion? The stakes have never been higher, and the tension is undeniable. Behind the scenes, Frank Warren is likely scrambling, desperately trying to convince Joseph Parker to step aside and let Daniel Dubois take the fight with Usyk instead. You can almost picture him pleading with Parker, trying to sway him into relinquishing his shot.
Frank Warren is probably going round to Team Parker right now, begging him, please, please, Joseph, please, Joe, let my little nephew Dubois, let him get an undisputed fight, please, I beg you, Joseph, I'll do anything, I'll give you £5 million. Hell no, fuck no. Joseph Parker's like, hell no, Frank. Nah, I'm a warrior. I want to fight the best. I ain't taking no fucking side, man.
But Parker isn't buying into any of it. He's made it clear. This isn't about money, side deals, or handouts. His sole focus is proving himself against the best in the division, and no amount of backroom politicking is going to change that. While Warren may be pushing for a safer route for Dubois, Parker remains locked in on one goal, the world title. The heavyweight division better get ready because Parker isn't just going to sit back and let others decide his fate. He's coming for the top spot, and no amount of maneuvering behind the scenes will stop him. Meanwhile, Adam Catterall didn't hold back when discussing Alexander Usyk's next move, dropping a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. He suggested Usyk might be ready to vacate his title, which would pave the way for Parker to be elevated from interim champion. The implications are monumental. Catterall stated,
The way that you were wording that then insinuates that you believe that Alexander Usyk is going to give up that belt and therefore Joseph Parker will be upgraded from interim champion.
My understanding is that he may do that, but he may choose Joseph Parker. He's got the option to choose Joseph Parker over Daniel Dubois as well. That's the option it gives him. And there are talks going on.
There's a real possibility Usyk could relinquish the belt, setting off a frenzy of speculation. It's not just about Parker stepping in. Usyk still holds the power to decide his next challenger, and if the belt becomes available, Parker may very well be the one in the driver's seat. Adam Catterall floated Daniel Dubois as a potential option, but the buzz around Joseph Parker is impossible to ignore. Talks are happening right now, and this could be a game changer. The heavyweight division is on the verge of a major shakeup, Catterall said, feeling the hype. With Parker potentially seizing this golden opportunity, the question remains, is this the breakthrough he's been waiting for, or will Usyk stick around to silence all challengers? The unpredictability just skyrocketed. Meanwhile, Johnny Nelson didn't hold back when ripping into the state of the heavyweight division. His words cut deep. He immediately called out the flawed decision-making, questioning why Daniel Dubois, who pulled out of
the fight, not Joseph Parker. And it was Daniel Dubois that put himself out of line for it. So why would Daniel Dubois be awarded a direct crack of Usyk when he pulled out the fight? So the right person to get the crack should be Joseph Parker. Why not? He was the one that turned up to fight. He fought, got the job.
The previous fight is somehow being handed another shot at Alexander Usyk. This is a travesty, Nelson said, making it clear Parker is the one who should be next in line. He showed up, put in the work, and delivered. He didn't flinch under pressure. He faced top competition and earned his title shot. Yet Dubois, a fighter who stepped back, is being rewarded. Nelson's frustration is undeniable. If boxing truly valued merit and commitment, Parker would be stepping into the ring next. Will boxing continue to reward those who step aside, or will fighters like Parker finally get what they've earned? The stakes have never been higher, and the future of the division hangs in the balance.